I came to Chain Effect after a traumatic patellar tendon injury when I was approaching 40. I'd spent a lifetime playing sports and enjoyed being athletic, and it was a pretty low moment in my life. When I went through the surgery, my orthopedic surgeon said, even professional athletes hang it up when you're about 40 years old. And that wasn't the answer I was looking for. So I called Taylor at Chain Effect and said, I need something besides the PT therapy mill that so many of these surgery centers put you through. I need something that would work for me, my time, my body. And it began a relationship that was now over a decade old. I think one of the challenges I had before Chain Effect was really tapping into how my body moves. I'd always been sport specific and never really getting a hold of the underlying mechanics you need to be an athlete. So I had all of the sport specific movements down, but I really wasn't a functional mover. I'm a generally optimistic person and a fairly sunny personality. That experience with the traumatic knee injury was probably the lowest moment in my life. Had small kids at home, wasn't able to do all the things you want to do with small kids. It was a tough time, and had I not gotten through it, I could see my life trajectory being entirely different. It's an organization and a group of people who really understand and are knowledgeable about their craft. I figure myself as a client first and somebody who avails themselves of all the Chain Effect services. Now I've got a nutritionist over there. I see several different PT folks, lift weights on the regular. Going out of network is not for everyone, and it certainly has an expense put to it. But if you look on balance with your time, what you receive, it's an investment worth making. Networked physical therapy mills give you one type of service, and what happens at Chain Effect is a very different type of service and very much worth the money. Numbers don't lie. I started coming in with what I thought was an athlete's body, but my bench press was 95 pounds and my deadlift was 135 pounds. Now, you don't want to get too caught up in just trying to lift the heavy weights, but I can comfortably handle twice the weight on my deadlift, and my bench press has gone up over 50%. I am a capable and confident mover now, and I wouldn't have been that way without this work at Chain Effect. One of the differences between Chain Effect and your regular old physical therapy mill is you have a relationship with the people at the front desk. They work with you to make sure that you can get in when you need to see the folks you need to see. Everybody is tuned in, and it feels like a team here as opposed to being handed off to one anonymous person after another. I was surprised about how much I enjoy the exercise. I mean, I've always enjoyed playing sports and being engaged in competitive activity. I never really enjoyed the grind. And what's wonderful about Chain Effect is the grind doesn't feel like a grind. I get in here, I get some work done, I feel confident and stronger. I don't want to say I was fully broken when I first came in, but I could barely walk. And now, through the exercise, the physical therapy, the nutrition component, I've been working with a nutritionist for a while, I feel strong and capable. And as I'm entering the second half of my life, I'm more interested in keeping that strong capability for the next 50 years than I am for the next time I play any specific sport. Get on it. Life's too short. I mean, if you really want to be capable in what you're doing, especially as we age, here I am with regular physical therapy work and strength training. It's been a real game changer for me in how I approach life.